is to document and post.
Anti-Semite! 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 Anti-Semite!
Document and post. If you are walking down the street, you see corruption, document and post. If you are walking down the street and you see a scene like out of Gotham, document and post.
Denounce! Denounce it! Denounce Sharia law! Denounce Hezbollah! Denounce it! You can't denounce it! You can't denounce it, you f***ing rat! Back the f*** off! Back the f*** off!
I'm here doing this video in the spirit of the old Nicole way of doing things, like I did with the videos where, to give myself a little credit, which I don't like to do often, where I helped Trump get elected. If you remember, during the election of Trump versus Harris, you know, someone who actually was running and another that was installed like a toilet, the polls were consistently telling us from the liberal media that Harris was way, way above Trump and that we Republicans and conservatives had absolutely no chance at winning. And number one, that was a lie. And number two, it was discouraging people from getting out there. And then we had some of the tragedies happen, like some of the floodings in different places, like North Carolina, I believe it was. And I was telling people in the comments that get back out there, okay? That you have a system in place that is trying to take everything from you. They're not even getting you aid. And somehow you're going to need to pull it together and you're going to need to vote. And I had comments like, oh my God, how can you tell people that may have lost all their belongings to go out and vote? Because I'm telling them to go out and vote. With Mamdani, yes, he could still win, or he may not. And once again, we do not know what the real polls are. He has not won yet. I'm going to try to get this video up today. We're still in October, the end of October when I'm making this. And there is a chance that you always have to have hope. You always have to have hope. He represents, at the very least, a democratic socialist party and communistic ideals. And people are like, what's wrong with socialism? It's great. It hasn't worked in Venezuela, North Korea, or Cuba. When you try to, people say, well, what is the ideas of socialism and communism? Well, at its root is the squeeze and control of production. If you, as the people and the capitalist, does not control the means of production, and the government controls the means of production, in other words, then there is no incentive for companies. There is no, there's a squeeze that's been put on the supply and demand chain. So what will happen is you will have rationing, and you will have it where there are a shortage of supplies because, again, there's no incentive for anyone to create. It also creates a lack of incentive on the common person becoming smarter and better, because if you feel that the government is giving you everything, why would you try to make yourself better? And what's going to end up happening is the government's going to give you nothing because the government won't have anything to give you. Also, when the taxation of the companies and the people, number one, now they've unintentionally, a lot of people are going to lose their jobs. All those businesses left, so people lost their income and their jobs. And two, now you don't have the people to tax to create the things that he wants. He also wants to defund the police. He wants and the crime in New York is rampant. Okay, I remember when I was a teenager, like 14 years old, I had the opportunity to go to Parsons School of Design. I was there for 2 weeks. It was amazing. And when I was a young girl, I actually said to myself, it would kind of be interesting to go to New York and be a fashion student and walk the streets there. It's like that world is gone. That doesn't exist anymore. And for anyone who has a taste of New York or went to New York before, you know, when the streets there were actually safe, it's heartbreaking. It now represents Gotham, okay? And the streets there now are not safe at all. I don't even understand how the people there are so desensitized that they see what's going on there on a daily basis. And they go on the subways and there's all these videos where like they're just like, I don't see anything. Like, oh, the person's doing a slip and slide, they're twerking. I guess I'm racist if I think this is weird. And that's what the woke liberal content has told us, that if you have a problem with the things you're seeing, to you, that's the problem. And we don't know what's going to happen. You have to get out there and you have to vote. You have to vote and you have to continue to speak, because in the worst case scenario that he wins, there is a term. There's a term to his reign. Okay, I believe it's obviously 4 years for a mayor, and then he can rerun. And the people's jobs even the indoctrinated, hopefully they wake up, is to document and post. Document and post. If you are walking down the street, you see corruption, document and post. If you are walking down the street and you see a scene like out of Gotham, document and post. If you see a scene of, oh my God, look at the crime, look at this, look at that, how has this happened? Look at the businesses. That's another one. If you notice streets of businesses that are going out of business, where everyone's putting up boards on their businesses, sorry, we are out of business. If you go into the Mamdani grocery store, and as I've seen a joke on TikTok, the one turnip, we sell the one turnip. You should see that video, it's really funny. You know, document and post. There is a power to social media. Document and post. Document and post. You see something, document and post. Make a vlog, make a short, post it on TikTok. Some of my audience on here that watches me specifically on YouTube, you know, some of us have talked about in conversation that we don't love the idea of using TikTok. But you know what? TikTok unfortunately does have a very strong reach. It's something you have to admit, even if you don't like it. The algorithm on TikTok, that's why, in other words, if you're successful on YouTube, it's considered like wow, because pretty much with TikTok, if you have something interesting to say, the algorithm on TikTok has a very far exposure. So if you want to show something and document and post on TikTok, you're going to get a lot of reach with whatever it is you post. So, and then also TikTok works via there is a community, I believe, algorithm also, because I have noticed people seeing my content, especially on TikTok, from the community. In other words, I will have people notice me in Sunny Isles or Aventura because that's the way the TikTok algorithm is working. And you can do that in New York, and you have a duty to document and post, and don't let people tell you or make you think that you can't make a difference. If you are, for some reason, you cannot leave New York and he gets in, and you are posting 2-3 times a day on Shorts and on TikTok, that's going to add up. If you have thousands of people doing the same, documenting and posting everything they see that's odd, that's occurring in the city because of him getting in, and you are documenting and posting, and you do it with the attitude of not letting people get into your head that you're one small voice, and you just continuously do it, document and post. You do it every day, and you do it for his tenure. The hope is that there will be such a collaboration of content of people that maybe even the blue-haired people will wake up and say, wow, that's a lot of negative videos as a result of Mamdani getting in. I didn't know that street was that bad. I didn't know all those businesses went out of business. So it is the people's job to bring attention to what they see. If you're going to be the type that's sitting on the New York subway and you think what you're seeing is normal and you just sit there, you cannot complain when the next 4 years get incredibly bad. And again, people ask this question back when Trump was running. In the event that he does not win and Harris wins, what are you conservatives going to do? The answer is we will wake up the next day and we will do the best we can, and we will not only do the best we can, but the answer everyone said is we will get back up. The next day will come and we will keep posting. We will continue on. We will continue on speaking, and we hope that basically the next election goes better, and that people start to wake up. So my only regret in the Mamdani content is that I didn't start sooner, because I think unfortunately I gave attention too much to other things, and I probably could have, I feel and I wonder if I could have made more of a difference in this situation by posting more and more and more content had I had the time. But if you are watching this in the New York area, or you know someone who is, share on the video, the message. You know, although those Mamdani grocery store TikToks are looking mighty interesting, like out of a bad video game, let's try to get Kumo elected and do our best. And I will see you again soon in my next video, and bye!